So how was your weekend?
It was busy, 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 busy. We finished up our Leadership Tampa Bay, FAVOB, and the always amazing Maxine Reyes put on the Sisters in Service, and also had their inaugural Florida Women Veterans Award. And it was, in FAVOB, Florida Association of Veteran-Owned Businesses did this at all their chapters across the state. And, I didn't go to any of the ones except for the one here in Tampa. But let me tell you, Maxine, she just did an amazing job. We had people from Atlanta, from Miami, from Jacksonville.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really an incredible crowd. And, she just really took the time to create an environment to make the women feel special for their service, feel safe to tell, share their stories. Yeah, it was great. She did a great job.
Awesome.
How was yours?
It was good. Friday and Saturday was the Veterans Florida Expo. Just every year they do better and better and better. First of all, the one thing I noticed as soon as I walked in was that there are more blue shirts for Veterans Florida than ever. They have grown to 14 staff members. And
wow.
Since we both know them from when they first started, this is really awesome for them that they're able to achieve their mission of reaching veterans and all of the things that they do that the legislature has funded for Florida veterans. It's Veterans Florida is taking the helm, and they're just doing a great job. They got to see, of course, people I haven't seen since last year, including so many of our Action Zone alumni. It was really like old home week. And I think of all the things that impressed upon me on that first day, aside from Jeff Dow, who did his pitch, which was just awesome, it just shocked me that when I was meeting new people and they said that they were looking for this or that, or they were here because they were trying to connect with so-and-so or so-and-so. And I felt so great that I could make some connections for them, that they came in from outside the area and we could make a connection that was somebody statewide or nationally. And specifically, the very first gentleman I met was there to pitch his business, and he was looking for investors. So I was able to refer him to Local Vest, and I was that he had never heard of before. Yeah. And then there were people who were looking for other people. And I was like, oh, well, you need to talk to that one. I just surprised myself that we had a network so large that it was like Mary Poppins bag. I was just kept pulling out names and organizations and going, go check with them. And then just met some incredibly wonderful people and got to see all the old ones. So it was great. It was really good. It's never a chore to attend that expo because it is always that dynamic, but this one was particularly so. So shout out to Veterans Florida for such a great job pulling off the expo. So glad it was in Tampa. We got to do that again. And otherwise I just didn't do anything else. That was my weekend.
That's awesome. Well, good morning, Daryl.
Yeah, you don't want to owe us a quarter. Don't talk until you turn that on.
Good morning. How are you all doing this morning?
Doing well, thanks. Rosie was just giving me and our viewers a recap of the Veteran Florida Expo this weekend, or Friday. It was Friday and Saturday.
Yes, I heard that, Rosie. You said the right thing, which is always great. And, I told someone in an interview before, if you can give me a connection, I don't need the money.
Right.
Just connect me with the right person. I don't need to do the money thing, but if you give me the right connection, I can move mountains. So
that's right.
It's great to be able to share someone's information with someone to help them out. So kudos on you. But you're the ultimate at that, so there's no surprise there.
Oh no, she is the ultimate at that. I'm on and we had this conversation actually with some people that every organization or business has that front face, right? That person that's out there always pumping it. And it's not that I'm not always pumping Action Zone, but I am so much more comfortable behind the scenes. So that was what really surprised me, was that I was able to make those connections because I do work so far behind the scenes. And it's okay for any of you that are watching that are that person like me that works more behind the scenes than in the front facing roles. It's okay. We need you. Every organization needs that. And don't let anybody feel like you are not as good as, or that you're not contributing as much as, because believe me, if you were to leave, the place folds. And if they don't tell you that enough, I'm telling you now. And that was kind of one of the conversations that we had about the dynamics of organizations and businesses.
You know, in Luminary, I always say Jeremy's the brains and I'm the mouth, and the same is in Action Zone. Rosie's the brains and I'm the mouth.
And you need that. You need that to have a balanced business. And if you're not the mouth, then you need to go find one. And if you are the mouth, you better find somebody that can hold up the back end, because I think building a team is one of the hardest things about a business. You're going to make a lot of bad choices when the first time, trust me, you're going to make a lot of bad choices the first time, but it's a learning process. And you will, when you start thinking strategically about what you need in your organization, not just skill wise, but intellectually wise, then you'll have a better chance at success. You're still going to kiss a lot of frogs, but you'll get better as you get more vested in your business.
And that team is not just your internal staff team.
Right.
That team is also collaborative partners, which you will also kiss many frogs.
Yes, but you have to realize that it doesn't matter what widget you sell or what service widget you provide. You can't be everything to everybody. You have to figure out, where is your lane? What are you best at? What's your best profitable item or service that you sell? And then collaborate with the others around, other businesses around you that can service those customers for those things that they need. So you see me starting to get passionate about this, because it's so funny where sometimes they come to our class and they've got a menu this long of the things that they're going to do for their customers. They're going to sell this many things. They're going to provide these many services. How are you going to do that? And really, who are you targeting? Because everybody is not your customer, and everything is not what you can do. And we had another good conversation about that too. It was just great. It was, you know me, I could talk about entrepreneurship all day long.
So we have Daryl on because he has a program for youth, aspiring kids, or kids that are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. And it's called Yes You Plus, right, Daryl?
Correct.
So first, Daryl, tell the audience exactly what Yes You Plus is, and then I've got a question about that.
Okay. So Yes You Plus, was the original of this program was Yes You, which stood for Youth Entrepreneur Startup. We added the plus on there about 2 years ago, whereas it's now, and it's a choice based upon the organization. You can continue to go with Youth Entrepreneur Startup, or Yes You Plus, which stands for Youth Entrepreneur Startup Financial Literacy. So we added the financial literacy on there, playing on the plus side. And it's a program that we teach you from ages 13 to 19, foundations of entrepreneurship, and then ultimately take them through a 6 to 13 week program. And on the back end, we do a pitch competition with those students.
That's awesome. And my question was, all the things that Rosie was just talking about, we, Action Zone, even though we offer our services to adult children of veterans and military spouses, we don't hit the young youth. And some of these concepts are very even hard for adult entrepreneurs to, just kind of wrap their head around. How do you help or water, I don't want to say water it down, but what is your technique to help the children wrap their heads around some of these concepts that not everybody is your customer, and you're not, you can't be all the things to all the people?
Believe it or not, we started this class last week, Tuesday, and we do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday, we went over and we broke down what an entrepreneur was. And I would be the first to tell you, I was blown out of the water watching these children begin to understand and give their definition of entrepreneurship. And they did. And then on Thursday, when we went back, We went back and we talked about feasibility, and we talked about being venture lucrative. And believe it or not, these students were actually picking up on it. And we ended the class on how a name of the business affects your business. And, you know, in an attempt to water it down, the best way we did it was by simply, there's two dynamics. One, we teach in a cohort position. So there's more than one student trying to figure it out. So it's four of them in the group with a team captain. And so they work out what it looks like. And then what we do is we take every answer that they give, put it on the whiteboard, and then we talk it through. So with that being said, we're able to get them to better understand. We're able to get them to come down to their little bitty language. And most of them, they talked about how their parents did a something. And so they were able to relate what I was sharing with them with something that they seen their parents do. A lot of them are, if you've seen my post, I was looking for young boys to join the class because I got a lot of young girls, and a lot of them have a full experience of the salon care. They have a full experience of getting their nails done. So, but they did not know that it was this great big old word called entrepreneurship until we introduced it to them. And I'm telling you, it's like to sit back and watch these kids in these disenfranchised areas who just have never been introduced to this concept. It's amazing. I mean, it's like a proud dad moment when you sit back and watch.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. And
Can I say something real quick before you go on? I hate to interrupt your train of thought. Daryl, when I was in the 9th grade and we still had indoor toilets back then, it wasn't that long ago. I was in junior achievement, and junior achievement was entrepreneurship for kids. And we created a stained glass company. We did little stained glass Christmas ornaments, and we had to parse out all of the roles of the business. So the people who were responsible for getting funders and the people who were responsible for developing the sales and those kind of things. And looking back on that, when you say that, when Valerie asked a question about youth, I think that the youth are actually more open to the concepts because they haven't gotten beaten up by life yet. They don't have this yearning to be something different after they've been something for so many years. They're ready to be something, not be something different. Just my 2 cents. No, that's what I felt in that junior achievement class.
Yeah. No. Well, before you respond, Daryl, I failed to introduce you to the audience. Daryl Hych, serial entrepreneur, Navy veteran. I just assumed everybody who's watching us knows you, but just in case somebody new is watching and they don't know you, which I'd be surprised that they didn't know you. But anyway, okay, go.
No, but what Rosie said is dead on. I started teaching entrepreneurship with junior achievement out in
Oh, you're older than me. Yep. Always love to know that.
So when I started teaching it, it was interesting. And right now today, I always speak of this young lady. Her name is Jane Zong. If you look her up, she goes to Duke University and she runs several entrepreneurship programs there. When Jane came in our class in the 10th grade out in California, Northern LA, she said, I never heard the word entrepreneurship until she came in our class. And since then, she runs entrepreneurial programs at Duke University. So, and it's just like you said, the introduction to these children that are in this class now, they've never been turned down for a job. They never had to fill out a resume. They never had to give an interview. So therefore, everything you just said, they don't have to get all that trash out of their head. Now we're introducing them to something that they feel. I mean, I introduced them. I can't tell the audience because I told them I'd keep it a secret. I introduced these students to an AI tool to use, and it was like light bulbs went on. They were sitting there like, wow, we've never seen this before. But it was part of their entrepreneurial experience. We've been integrating AI into this course, which we've never done before. And so to share that with them and watch them use phones in this area, it's like magic happening. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they pan out with the businesses on the back end of this course.
Mm-hmm. So awesome. We love it. So if you are interested in, or if you have a child that is interested in exploring entrepreneurship, this is veterans, non-veterans, Daryl's customers is everybody. You can contact us, or Daryl, how do people reach you?
They can reach us by actually, if you put in yes-u in the Google search, it should bring you right to our parent company, which is the Schweitzer Heights Group, and just hit programs and you'll see yes-u in there. We'd be more than happy to have you. Adults, please go out there and sign your kids up. This is a free program for the rest of the summer. You don't have to pay a penny. They get workbooks, they get the correct, they're getting me. This is the first year in Florida that I have been the guy that's in there teaching it. I've typically had someone else in there as a volunteer, but this year I said, you know what, I'm going to do it this year. So you're getting the best of the best.
With all the humility you deserve too.
I need to sign up for one of your classes, maybe. So Rosie, what do we have coming up? Well, we have entrepreneurs or entrepreneur spotlight.
Absolutely. And I was just going to say, probably when you go to that programs tab on the website, there's probably something about Entrepreneur Speaks on there, I would assume. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is. Yes.
So share a little bit about that. And you are having an Entrepreneur Speaks in conjunction with a networking event for Action Zone called Entrepreneur Spotlight, correct?
No, I don't want him to talk about Entrepreneur Speaks because they have to show up on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you want to learn more about Daryl and his entrepreneurial journey that makes him such an expert in this field, and you have to come to Entrepreneur Spotlight, Action Zone's Entrepreneur Spotlight on Wednesday, which happens to be Entrepreneurs Speaks 1-year anniversary, in which Rosie Lee was one of the first speakers. We had Daryl had 3 speakers and Rosie shared her story. So basically, Daryl, you can tell just a little bit what Entrepreneur Speaks is.
All right, like you just said, we started a year ago, and I mean, listen, I never would have thought it would be what it is today. But we started a year ago, and Rosie, you were the very first speaker on our platform last year, and this is. You know, when I came up with this concept, I didn't want to have pitch competitions. I didn't want no one to pitch their business. I wanted people to tell their story. And so that's what it is. That's the short end of the stick. Come check us out on Wednesday. You'll get to hear more about Entrepreneur Speak, but it's your story. It's all about your story. None of us just arrived right here where you see us at. It's your story that got you here.
No,
So,
and we all look that way too, Daryl. We look like we haven't just arrived.
Right.
Well, what's really important about this platform is that we as entrepreneurs learn 2 ways, really, or well, 3, different classes and yada yada, organizations that support entrepreneurs, but our own failures, and picking up ourselves and learning from those, and listening to others and their journey. And so this is more than just the entrepreneurs telling their story. This is a learning opportunity for entrepreneurs to be like, okay. As a matter of fact, yesterday was the FAVOB Sisters in Service Florida Veteran Women's Award. And I got a text from somebody in the audience. She said, every time we're together, this group of women veteran entrepreneurs in the Tampa Bay area, she's like, I learned something new and I go home, I reflect and I adjust. So it is very powerful to listen to others' journey. So hopefully you guys will all come on Wednesday.
And it's not just a matter of learning something new. It's a matter of understanding that you're not in this alone and that somebody else has experienced what you're experiencing and they've come out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And so that it gives you hope and motivation that while the situation may not be exactly the same, that there is a path forward and others have taken it and you can too. And it's such a hopeful thing.
Exactly. No one's Gilligan in this situation. As an entrepreneur, you may come in as Gilligan. You may be the only one sitting up in the middle of the night formulating your business and your idea, and no one can understand what you're talking about. No one can understand that you're about to quote unquote quit your job, and then you do quit your job and you start this journey. The facility. If I can throw a shameless plug out for Entrepreneur Collaborative Center, they have a perfect environment for when you are that new entrepreneur. you're that person who is out there on that island by yourself, man, you can come over there and you meet so many people. I mean, I attribute that to how and who people know who I am in the Tampa market because I go there and I meet with others when I'm feeling down. I feel like, man, I'm just out here. Ain't nobody understanding what the football I'm going through. I said, what the football? What the football I'm going through, you know, I can go over there, man, and meet so many people and change lives based upon just that one building in the city of Tampa in itself.
Yep.
Yes, that's we are huge fans of the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center, and Lynn Croson and her team over there. Obviously, we've been in that space since
The end of
forever.
2018.
Yeah, 2018, and our Action Zone offices there. And this Entrepreneur Speaks on Wednesday, starting at 5:30 at the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. So if you want to come, well, you do. I'm telling you, you do want to come, experience Entrepreneur Spotlight, experience Entrepreneur Speaks, and feel all of the energy and goodness that the ECC has. Just come join us, and parking's free.
Yeah, that's the best part. And it's not in downtown, so you're not fighting all of the other traffic, being that the
Yeah.
offices in Ybor is a real advantage.
Yeah.
I want to also share along the same lines as resources and things that you don't want to miss. We just launched, Action Zone just launched a series of virtual workshops. You know, we recognize that your life is so busy and everything in Tampa is so busy. You can't, the last 3 events we've had, we've competed with the likes of Taylor Swift and the Lightning and Softic and I mean, you go to meetups or eventbrite.com and there are dozens of things happening every single day. So to make it easier for all of you, we've created a schedule of virtual workshops. Some are for beginning entrepreneurs, some will be resources for more advanced entrepreneurs. But they're all virtual. They're on Monday and Thursday nights, starting next week, and they run through the beginning of September. So we'll put the link to the Eventbrite, our Eventbrite channel, and just pick what works for you. You don't have to leave your house. You don't even have to have your computer. You could sit on your phone on the beach if you want, which I'm a huge advocate of, by the way. But these are topics that people have requested over the course of the last 5 years of things that are their sticking points, like a business model canvas overview, because so many of them have been told that they need an LLC and a business plan to get into heaven. And that's not true. You don't need either of those things. But strategic networking. Are you prepared to be an entrepreneur? Russ Barnes' sister assessment is discussed in how you are, the things that you need to know to be successful. And it's not about your business. It's about you, the entrepreneur. Some things about your business, but all of those different hiring 101, efficient and effective workflows. I mean, just all the different things that you need as you're starting to kick us off. We're having workshops on that. So take a look at those and join us on Monday or Thursday nights.
Awesome. I just want to say good morning to 2 of our favorite people that joined us today. Donnell, John with Veterans Grow in America, and Chef Gaston.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 2 of our favorite. I wish Natasha was on. Natasha Dillence, Dr. Natasha Dillence was in our second Veterans Florida back in 2019.
Mhm.
Yes, it was the second one. And I believe. Anyway, her goal was to open up an adult care home, an alternative to nursing homes and assisted livings. And when she came into the program, she said, I want to have this done by December 31st. I want my home licensed and ready to roll on December 31st. And as I recall, her final inspection for that house was on December 30th of that year. And so she achieved her goal. She now almost has a full house, and she did such a great story on the news this past week, talking about her home and the people she cares for. And I was so proud of her. I was sorry she's not on this morning. She does come on quite frequently in the mornings.
And Natasha helped me out too. My mother was ill back in East St. Louis, and I was almost on a daily basis on the phone with Natasha, just asking her questions. And I had just met her at that period of time, and I had only gotten her number through you guys. And I was on the phone with her so much, it was like, geez, you would have thought we knew each other from years ago, but she's a great resource. I like Natasha.
And she's a wonderful human being. I just have adored her since the first day she walked into class.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, audience, it is time to get on with our day.
Well, Daryl, we loved having you on. I wish you much success with that youth program. And I agree. I would love to just come and be a fly on the wall at one of them that you're holding, just to see that side of things, to see how you do those. We get inquiries all the time from people who want to know if their child can come through our program. So now we have a good place to send them to. That's
Yeah,
local.
You can park them over here. Yeah. And can I throw one thing out?
Mhm.
Saturday, I am the keynote speaker for the Strive program graduation. So if you're in the HCC Dale Mabry area, come on by and hear what I got to say. Got some
Awesome.
words for those entrepreneurs as they walk out of their program.
That's awesome. So Daryl, a lot of our viewers and listeners go back to the recording. So if you want to put anything, about Yes You and Strive or whatever in the comments, feel free to do so. We will put the Eventbrite to register for Wednesday's Entrepreneur Spotlight / Entrepreneur Speaks. And we will see everybody next week.
Awesome.
Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon, Battle.
See you.
Bye-bye.